Okay, yesterday on the program, we addressed some controversial comments that were attributed, keyword attributed, to Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao was quoted in an interview with the National Conservative Inquirer as saying he wasn't against, he was against gay marriage and gay men should be, quote, put to death in accordance with the Bible, specifically Leviticus 20:13. Pacquiao released a statement yesterday saying he was misquoted. Said Manny, "I didn't say that. That's a lie. I didn't know that quote from Leviticus because I haven't read the book of Leviticus yet. I'm not against gay people. I have a relative who is also gay," the boxer insisted. "We can't help it if they were born that way. What I'm critical of are actions that violate the word of God. I only gave out my opinion that same-sex marriage is against the law of God." It needs to be pointed out that the writer of the original story also backed up Pacquiao and his account, and he said that he was the one that inserted the Leviticus verse. What's your reaction to all of this, guys?
Stephen A., I don't feel guilty about what we discussed near the end of yesterday's show.
Right.
There's no need for us to apologize for it.
I had no intentions of apologizing.
Thank you.
So
You were reacting to what you believed was the truth.
Yeah. But I do feel terrible that we were prisoners of the shoddy journalism that we were handed on the fly up against the end of our show. We reacted accordingly to that. And I feel terrible for Manny Pacquiao's sake because he took a beating yesterday that he did not deserve from all that I've gathered, because the writer has been very clear that was his opinion. He inserted Leviticus 20:13 into the story around Pacquiao's quotes. Pacquiao then restated his opinion against same-sex marriage, period, end of story.
Right.
But he went on to say, and I'm paraphrasing, gay friends, gay family members, I don't want to have gays executed, you know,
Right.
going back to the Old Testament Leviticus quote.
Right.
So it was an injustice that was done to Manny. Whether you like him as a boxer, let's leave all that aside, but that was an injustice, and I'm glad we can clear his record today on our show.
Right.
So am I. Definitely so. Manny Pacquiao was never involved or embroiled in any kind of controversy like that in the past. And so it's appropriate that we sit up here today and we make sure we address it. The story came across the wire and what have you. Our producers told us about it, and obviously because of that and it was reported, we needed to address it. We also have to take into account the fact that this show right here is one of those moments that also makes me proud, because we're able to sit there and correct whatever erroneous information is put out there, and we're men enough to do it, which is far more than we can say for some of our contemporaries in this business who will remain nameless. They know who they are, because you got a lot of people out there that sit there, and because of the blogosphere and the social networking and the age that we live in, everybody is interested in being first. Not everybody, but a lot of people are interested in being first rather than being correct. They're interested in being sensational rather than being substantive. And then they accuse people like myself and my man Skip over here of doing what they actually do. But they would never sit up here and address something that was erroneous, that had their name attached to it, because they are devoid of courage. The reason why we're watched and the reason why people love us or hate us but still know who we are is because we will sit up here and we will address the good, the bad, and the ugly. And by the way, if we're wrong, particularly when it comes to sullying the name of anyone unfairly, we will make sure to correct ourselves. I hope people recognize that.
It's been noted. Well said.